That fully loaded truck you want? Yeah, the Ford F-150 Platinum, the Ram 1500 Limited, the Silverado High Country. It might be the dumbest financial decision you make in 2026. And in a minute, I'll show you the exact type of truck most people should buy instead, but almost nobody does. Two people walk into a dealership this year. Same budget, same plan, same excitement. Both thinking they're making a smart decision. One walks out losing $15,000. The other walks out setting himself up for financial freedom. They both drive trucks, same roads, same fuel, same daily life. But behind the scenes, completely different outcomes. Let me be direct with you. If you're thinking about buying something like a Platinum, Denali, or Limited trim, there's a very high chance you're about to fall into one of the most common financial traps in the truck market. And no one is going to warn you. Not the dealer, not your friends, not even most car reviewers, because everyone focuses on how the truck feels, not what it costs you long term. You walk in, and you see it sitting under the lights. Perfect paint, huge wheels, luxury interior, massive screen. It doesn't feel like a truck anymore. It feels like success. And right there, your mindset shifts. You stop thinking like a buyer and start thinking like someone trying to reward themselves. And that's exactly how the trap works. Because now you're not asking, is this worth it over time? You're asking, how do I make this fit my monthly? How much per month? That single question has trapped more buyers than bad engines ever did. Because once the conversation becomes monthly, price stops mattering, reality disappears, and everything becomes negotiable, except your future. The dumb buyer isn't obvious. He doesn't look irresponsible. In fact, he feels confident. He says it's just $920 a month. I worked hard. I deserve this. I'll just keep it long term. But here's what's really happening behind that confidence. He's stretching his budget to the limit. He's signing a 6 to 7 year commitment. He's agreeing to pay thousands in interest. And most importantly, he's buying things he won't even notice after a few weeks. The big screen becomes normal. The leather becomes normal. The premium feel becomes invisible. But the payment? That stays very visible. Every single month. Let's go deeper, because this isn't just about money. It's about ego. Most people don't buy high-end trucks because they need them. They buy them because they don't want to feel average. They don't want to feel behind. They don't want to pull up next to someone in something better. So they stretch, not for function, but for validation. And not validation feeds fast. And here's the part nobody tells you. Some of these expensive trucks, they're actually worse to own long term. More tech means more failure points. More electronics means higher repair costs. More luxury means faster depreciation. So you're not just paying more upfront, you're setting yourself up for higher costs later. That upgrade becomes a liability. Let's break this down clearly. You buy a $78,000 truck. Finance it at around 8% over 6 to 7 years. By the time you're done paying, you've spent around $15,000 to $17,000 just on interest. Now fast forward 3 years. Your truck is maybe $50,000, maybe less depending on the market. So in just a few years, you've lost around $30,000 in value. That's not a small mistake. That's years of savings gone. And here's what makes it worse. Most people don't even realize it. They just keep making the payment, thinking everything is fine because nothing feels wrong until they try to sell it. So ask yourself honestly, are you buying a truck or are you buying a feeling you're trying to maintain? Because one disappears quickly, the other follows you for years. Now, let's talk about the buyer most people underestimate, the smart one. He walks into the same dealership, same trucks, same options. But his mindset is completely different. He's not impressed. He's observing. He's thinking ahead. He's asking, what will this decision look like in 3 years? So he skips the top trims. He ignores the flashy upgrades. He goes for something like F-150 XLT, Silverado LT, Ram Bighorn, right in the middle. And that's not random, that's strategy, because that's where you get the same core performance, the same real-world usability, most of the features that actually matter, without paying for status. Now, compare them again. Dumb buyer, $80,000 truck, $900 plus monthly, high depreciation, long-term pressure. Smart buyer, $58,000 to $60,000 truck, $600 to $650 monthly, controlled depreciation, financial breathing room. They both drive trucks, but one of them owns his decision. The other is owned by it. Dealerships don't need you to make a bad decision. They just need you to follow your emotions, because emotional buyers stay in debt longer, and that's where the real money is made. And here's the truth most people ignore. The less exciting truck is usually the better long-term experience. Less stress, less regret, less money lost. But it doesn't give you that instant dopamine hit, and that's why most people skip it. Let's be real one last time. You don't need the top trim. You want it. And that want is exactly what's draining people financially. You're not upgrading your life, you're upgrading your monthly burden. Year 1, you love it. Year 2, it's normal. Year 3, you're over it, but still paying like it's special. Still locked in, still committed to a decision made for a temporary feeling. So when you walk into that dealership and that fully loaded truck starts pulling you in, pause, think, and ask yourself, am I making a smart move or am I just following the same mistake everyone else makes? Because in the end, there are only 2 types of buyers, the ones who look rich and the ones who actually stay rich. Which one are you?